Alrighty, so here we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and today we definitely want to give it our all to try and make it. It would be nice to make it all the way to the modern times, but potentially maybe too far away. We'll just have to see. Quick build you on up. And yeah, it would be really nice to make it all the way there, but potentially a bit too far away. Let's check in on a number of things. If we electrify all the housing, 680 megawatts, I've talked about this as like what I've been talking about, near the end of every episode already, but, or well, on last episode, we're pretty close. If we get one more power plant, we'll be able to afford it, and I think that we're actually going to go ahead and set one more up around here somewhere. I think would be a pretty good move, and I'm thinking, what if we go right here? And then what else we can do is, let's start setting up more logging camps. We have a lot of unemployed people, so we're going to need to start really trying to deal with that as much as possible. Ooh. Let's get 3 logging camps down. Like I said, it would be nice to try and make this island here more focused on getting a lot of the wood and all the minerals and stuff down. Not really worrying too much about keeping this island like nice and free and, you know, inhabiting 100% of it. We'll just give a shot towards getting a lot of industry out of here. This, we can max out the budgets on that. Tree nursery, yeah, we'll pick that up. Then we can max out the budget here. Cool. And that's looking pretty good. Already we have like a lot of unemployed people. So I think what else we're going to do is actually, let's find, we can go to the immigration office and turn off, like try and get less people to join. Increase the immigration rate by 60%. Chance of each immigrant being a criminal is increased by 300. We receive a monthly payment of $300. So 300 times 12 is like 3,600 a year. You know, not super worth it considering the fact that we're making so much money anyways. So let's go ahead and turn penal colony off. Let's get our immigration rate down just a bit. And I was just thinking about it. You know what? I think I'm fully committing to the idea of making this island here, again, just a bit of like an upscaled, super dense island. I think that'll be a pretty cool move. Yeah, I'm already putting lots of apartments, so looks like that was already what I was thinking. Now let's just try and find a nice little spot for a small immigration. Ooh, that's a good spot for an immigration office. Let's go ahead and quick build that. And let's just turn off the immigration rate. We're doing all right.
A warm welcome to any new Tropicans fresh from the immigration office. Not many people can get past the 50th round of testing.
Not many people. And that's doubly true now because we've turned off immigration in a large way, which is really quite nice. Roundabout gate is looking pretty good, and as you can imagine, with lots and lots of skyscrapers, we'll try and keep it a bit more open throughout this road here, and I think that'll create a pretty cool aesthetic all the way through. Aesthetic. Oh yeah, let's check in on how our roundabout's doing. Looks like it's doing pretty good.
We could wait for the perfect moment to strike, or we could go in guns blazing, if we had guns. Sir, yes sir. The operation is back on target.
Oh, what am I doing? I don't think I should have done that. Anyways, we also need to set up some trade routes for different goods. So let's grab fireworks, which I already seen. Cotton we could do, but that's like a lot of waiting around to do. Sugar, we can do that one. And you know what? We'll grab the cotton right now just to see if we get anything else. And then exporting stuff, I don't really think it'll be super worth it. So we'll give it a bit of time, 3 months, to see what else we need. Yeah, look at that. 0 people showed up on that ship. That's a good sign for us. And what do I want to do with this? I mean, we could leave it with this humongous, oh, we have this ready to go. 68 days. Trade route complete. That's cool. November. Speed things up just a bit. Get a better sense of how traffic's flowing around here as well. December. Right here at the end of the year is when we're gonna, yeah, January like 2nd, we're gonna check all the new trade deals. We can get coffee. Ooh, that's a good one. Anything less than 1,000, I mean, at this point we have more than one dock, so it's not like a super concrete number, but you know, that would be ideal. Coffee, sugar, cotton. Cotton's doing all right as well. Okay, cool. Alrighty, alrighty.
The Parisians never sleep, sir. They don't even eat dinner until 2000 hours.
Cheese or cigars? I mean, we could do, yeah, let's do cheese, I suppose. It's probably going to be a bit cheaper to get cheese onto the island, and we're actually producing cheese, so I don't even need to worry about it. Cool. We could do this trade deal for all of our rum, but I think it might be a better idea. Here's like a good chance to like learn whether or not, like if we send this deal in 9 days, we might actually lose the deal and pretty much just lose 10,000 rum. So we're going to give it a bit of time, and potentially that'll end up netting us a lot more money in the long run. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and decrease the budget on all of that. And now I reckon that our, oh, they still don't have, the power plant still doesn't have goods delivered quite yet. No more coconut trees. Oh no. They're out of coconut trees. Let's just demolish it for now then. When do we have access to? I know there's a building that actually produces coconuts. Synthetic. That's the modern times. That kind of sucks. Let's see what we're going to get in the Cold War. Just oil and fish farms. That's okay though. Oh, we also get the reclaimer. The rig. Yeah, just the reclaimer as well. DLC wise. Yacht shipyard max factory. Oh, processes cloth wool, optionally cloth to produce face masks, cotton and wool. Okay. Amidst pollution, people wearing masks reduce the chance of spreading diseases by 70%. Okay. And I don't think that there's anything else here. Residential, ooh, the capsule home cluster. I cannot wait to see this. This is gonna be so cool looking, I think.
An official announcement from the palace declares that we are definitely winning the war. Keep listening to find out which side we are currently on.
You know what? We should do something drastic. We're making so much money anyways. Let's demolish literally all of this on up. Let's be drastic, shall we? Demolish all of this. Oh, you know what? These roads don't line up perfectly. It's fine. We can force them to. I didn't need to demolish as much, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and relocate you just down the street. I believe this should work here. And what we're looking for is a 3x3. So here, there. Demolish you, you. Demolish all of that. Cool. Let's see how well that does. And then I kind of want to even do... Can we go to here? Not quite. What do I do here, 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 here? Which I don't hate. I think that'll be okay. Just sort of future-proofing a bit of the island, you know, because this is probably going to be pretty busy just forever. So might as well start focusing on it now. And hopefully this little square here gives us like a good sense of how things are going to look in the near future. And we're probably going to want to do it around here as well. Which is really quite cool. We get to see, like, you know, how well this looks. And how well it functions. And I'm thinking already, it's looking pretty good. Looks like traffic's flowing through here a lot quicker than just the straight intersection. And I like really, like, a roundabout, you know, of course, in real life, it's like a perfect circle. But, you know, in Tropico 6, it's ideal a lot of the times to keep things squared away. So this is still a roundabout, but I just think it's technically going to be a lot more efficient for us. Do we have access to... No, not yet. Maybe. I want to... It's modern times. Anti-inflation. Workers are paid no more wages. Wealth levels, however, are unaffected. Employed rich or filthy rich. Citizens will have 1% of the 1% chance becoming rebels each month. Oh, this is like a disease thing. Okay. Work at home. The end of the shift, workers will rest at work instead of going home. Oh, home at work. Oh, I thought I said work at home. Space soap opera turns each space mission into a telenovela. The additional camera crew equipment and caterers make everything on the ship more difficult. Increase the risk of each space mission success. Oh, risk level of each space mission by 50%. In return, every space mission generates a constant stream of revenue equal to 9,000 a month. Jeez. It costs 15,000 like knowledge though, which isn't great. But potentially, you know, we can end up doing that. Speedway, this is what I want to do. Increase the speed of vehicles by quite a bit. And now I'm just thinking, I'm sitting here looking, what do I want to turn this into? We can do a nice big 3x3 square here in the center. But then again, we could also do maybe an opera house? No. Not a theater either. Could put a little restaurant there, which, you know, wouldn't be too bad. A fire station, eesh. A grocery would also fit. Clinics would fit. Let's look here. Casino won't. None of this will. A gourmet restaurant will. A nightclub will. And that's about it. Arcade, but eh. A movie theater would also work. I'm thinking we just do a park and put like a cabaret, which technically would fit here in the grand scheme of things. What if we put it... What if we make buildings sort of face this one? Let's do a lot of demolishing here. Let's just demolish up literally everything nearby. So we can really get a sense of how I want things to look in the end. I just want to make this part of town, this entire area, I want it to look cool. Let's do that. I think that looks cool. What if we do that? And then I'm kind of thinking we could fit an opera house here, but it's probably going to be a better idea to actually do like at least some housing and stuff around here. I just want it to look cool. Ooh, a theater could fit, not right there, but it could fit here. I think that actually looks pretty good. One, two, three, four, five. Should also link this up for now. It's looking all right. What else can we do, and what else should we do? Could do a restaurant right here. I don't think that's like a bad look. Let's quick build this all for now. Cabaret, burlesque acts, political acts. Rich, only the rich? Nah. We'll keep it for everyone.
Sir, yes, sir. The operation is back on top.
Axis trade routes, we only need one. No, ally trade routes, we only need one. We're still importing cotton. We're almost done with the cotton, so we might as well just leave it. Yeah, we'll just leave it and continue doing some thinking. Luxury entertainment theater, a restaurant. Now, how would I like the way that this looks? I think it looks cool. That's what we're going for here, the cool factor. We could also just do a little parking deck here. I don't think it's a good idea to, like, input all the cars straight onto the roundabout. I think that's going to be a good move. We don't really have, like, one wide buildings, which is kind of a shame. We could do a flop house, though. I think the building's supposed to look like this. And then we can do a nice little 1x1 park here, I suppose. Or even, you know what? Maybe even a better idea is putting a fresh water well. Cool. Quick build that up as well. Already
Good
lots of people
Lord,
moving. Oh,
President,
Cold War
the
time.
wars
Cool.
are over, Presidente. I would kiss you if it was not treason to do so.
A bright future of cooperation between the West and East now awaits the post-war world.
Early retirement. I mean, we could. Let's just do a happy childhood. Ecology. Let's do energy efficient. Just be efficient. Separation of powers. We'll just do, honestly, true separation. I'm not going to be doing any like shady stuff. At least not right now. So we'll do that. And that looks fine to me. Religion and state. We just finish it right after we change that around. That's funny. Let's give a quick look over on everything. See what we have access to here. Tidal power station. Power generation building that must be built on what it provides an electrical power grid. Let's build one. Never seen it. Might as well see what it does. We could get rid of our pirate cove. Let's go through and demolish up all of this housing here. At least that much. All those houses were the same color anyways, which I hate doing. It's gotta fit here. It's just got to. Oh, it's gotta be built literally out on the water. Okay, how dumb am I? Right next to the fishing building. I wonder if this is more like cost efficient than oh, what's it called? Like a grid of like offshore wind turbines. I'm curious. Let's just start, I suppose, with one here. Let's just quick build it, see how it's doing. Demolish this road on up, and then let's set up a landing so that people can get to and from work easier. I don't want to put it there. Let's just see what this is looking like. 125 Wave Whispers. Generates power based on the tides. This building operates on basic settings. Overpowered cranks up power production, increasing the building efficiency by 20%, increases upkeep by 75%. Safety rails, add safety rails to the building, increasing job quality. Of course. The tidal power station gets pimped with the newest bling, increases building efficiency by 20. So chrome turbine. Cool. That'll be good to pick up eventually. And, oh, 325 isn't too insane. $400. We can overpower it, pushing us up to 593 for not a whole lot more electricity. So overpowered would be more efficient the lower the budget is. So we're going to go Wave Whispers. We're already spending 400. Might as well just collect the measly 325. We'll leave it for now, though. Let's go and have a look-sees into what else we have. Reclaimers, Pearl Divers, Yacht Shipyard, everything else that I've already seen, and Capsule. I'm nervous. Oh, it's not that big. I was hoping that it'd be like a massive thing. Floating mansions. Let's unlock them. Wow, look at that. Imagine living there, jeez. You can get right up on the beach. Let's see what else we have here. Submarine tours seems pretty good. Luxury entertainment, nightclubs and stuff. Space program. Central intelligence. The CIA. Capsule hotels. Let's unlock this and get a look at it. Oh, it's the exact same thing. La Capsula. And then here, nothing too crazy, nothing too new. Do we have access to, no, the Colossal Hospital, Modern Times. And then this massive thing, Spaceport Complex. Space Mission Command Center. From here, everything about special space missions to Mars and the Moon can be controlled. 4 other buildings to spacecraft component assembly buildings can also be built on the building's plot. Interesting. I think it'll be a good move to do all of this. Don't see why we wouldn't. But it'd definitely be a good idea to really start getting our money definitely under quite a lot of control. And I think we'll build one of these little clusters. Just one. Ooh, they're a 2x2. Interesting. What if we do the first one as a massive motel? Let's see. Oops, wrong button. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. That's so cool. Where do I want the opening to be? I think more towards the left is probably a better idea. Then quick build that. And let's actually get ourselves a tourist port. Literally anywhere will do. We'll put it here next to the embassy. Let's do the Western Powers, I suppose. This one really doesn't matter. We're trying to move through here rather quite quickly. Probably didn't even need to, what's it called them? Praise them. We'll move this over a bit just so that it kind of has like a bit more of an aesthetic to it. And we can potentially even build parks straight down to our little tourist port. Flower lay dispenser, go and grab that. Cool. And now what I want to do is actually... There's different designs to it too, so you can make them look quite a bit more different. I wonder, can we fit the home cluster on top? No. Tourism. Let's press play and let's just control click build these. See how tall we can get it right away. And that's it. La capsula. That's pretty cool looking. Must admit. Oh, wow, look at that. Wealth required is rich. What? Okay, I probably should have looked at that before we did this. Can we... All we need to do is research the tourist port. Tourist port. And it'll take a bit of time, but, you know, that'll be okay. What we can do to sort of speed up this process. Let's deliver a good speech. What's low? Faith, happiness is low. Let's do that. Praise someone, praise the capitalist. Blame no one, promise nothing. This is the first, what's it called we had?
People of Tropico, it is I, your president.
They call me the broker. I guess I had another name once. But you know what names are good for? They're good for getting you arrested, Presidente. Well, that's not my game. My game would be business. Which business? Hey, what have you got?
Why can we not relocate this? We'll just demolish it for now. It seems like too many people are trying to cut across here, which is kind of annoying me. So let's see if we put this straight onto... Well, you know what? Let's just do it straight onto this circle here and see if that helps out. Yeah, that's like the huge reason as to why this is all not working super efficiently. And then, you know, of course, what I wanted to do this entire time is to put a park here. Let's do the fancy one, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, what? It's got the dirt ground? Why would they do such a thing whenever it requires rich people to come here? Single family misery loves company. Each employee is forced through the use of tasers to smile and be happy. Customers appear creeped out but pleased. Each layer in the stack increases service quality but decreases job quality. Jeez. Housing quality 78. We don't need to decrease the job quality any lower. Refit. Capsule home cluster. Reach for the sky. Increase the maximum number of stack layers a building can have from 6 to 8. Temporary moving capsules. Capsules? Cool. Temporary moving capsules, which transport people up and down from the tower, are installed, increases service quality and electricity consumption. Interesting. This is such a cool building. We need to research it ASAP. And what's going to help us do that is wherever our libraries are. Let's go to you, approve portfolio. Get that just a little bit quicker. Yeah, imagine that 2 stacks higher, man. That's going to be crazy. In terms of other tourism stuff, what else have we got? I think just a couple more capsule hotels would be pretty cool. Capsule home clusters. I like that they're just completely different. Oh, these are really just like only color difference. Oh no, they have the different lobby floor as well. What if we did like a 2-story yellow one here? I think that would be kind of cool looking. I'm curious as to... Oh, look, it's already... It doesn't look like it's working too good. It's like already we're going to need another roundabout right here. Or just finish that road. Maybe that'll help out a bit. We could just start replacing a lot of this stuff with just tourism. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Well, I don't want to do it too much around here. We'll get it at a time. Now, I just want this to be a visually aesthetic area. And the question is it visually aesthetic? Tourist port's done. Now we can switch you over to luxury liner. Let's see if right before this ship shows up we can get a lot of rich people to come on in. I mean, it should work. See no reason why it wouldn't. Oh, it didn't work at all. Lovely. That's fine though. So we've wasted $2,000 on this building. But yeah, I can't wait to see it just a little bit taller. It's going to be kind of crazy, I think. Disease outbreak. Deadly virus outbreak around the world. Put your mask on. Stay away from others. And contrary to popular belief, don't drink plenty of water, as water is a primary spreader of this new deadly virus. Medical experts warn of this new outbreak of a disease that is the potential to become a second Black Death. Doctors advise people to work from home or live at the office, drink rum instead of water, and cough into their elbows as if they're doing a bad Dracula impression. Several nations have already reported news of infected people dying of the disease in droves. Not good. Not good at all.
Now that the war is over, Presidente, we finally have a chance to demonstrate. Yes, the great...
Okay. I think it is time then to turn this entire island into a little tropical paradise. I think that'll be a pretty good move. So let's go ahead and we can do, I think we should do a Teamsters port here. Because we're not going to like particularly be importing and exporting tons of goods through this. And we don't really care like how long it takes people to get over here, just as long as they work in the buildings, we're probably okay. I want to do apartments and hotels and just a bunch of stuff like that. Let's just extend a road on down. Let's start the grid out here, I think, because what I want to do is an ancient ruins here. Gonna quick build that on up. Oh no, it's a deadly virus. Max the budget out here. Almost pristine theme park exploit preferred by relaxation, thrill-seeking, and child tourists. The base fee is increased by 10%. The base service quality is increased by 5%. Adds 1 job positions. Cool. I like that. Looking pretty good. So 148 ducats per month. Yeah, by building up a massive bit of tourism all throughout here, we'll get people to show up in droves. So let's do this hotel. We also want, like, you know, a number of things for our own population. We'll just, you know, get the hospital. We'll get a cathedral as well. I think that'll be a good move. It's all looking pretty good. Don't need no military nothing. Yeah, I'm thinking that looks fine. In terms of this, I also kind of want to do Cabana Village. Thrill-seeking tourist. Well off or better. We'll pick that up. Build a couple of them around. Beach villas. What I kind of want is the family resort. That'd be pretty decent. I do find them mostly with hotels. So, now here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. I think that is how I want things to be. But then again, we could make it one step closer. And then another thing is, like, instead of deleting a whole road, you can make like a little quick branch like that and only delete that part. Definitely not like the most important of things, but pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, there. Turn that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's looking pretty good. And then let's set up our tourist ports. Doing literally right next door. Build a nice little plaza here. That'll be your opening up into here. And then let's start with our first hotels. Let's do one there. I built it the wrong way. That's okay though. Let's do one here, one there, one here, one there. Let's also set up our first bit of apartment housing here, here, here. Let's also set up a casino, would probably be a good move. We can do one here. And then what else do we want? Can do a restaurant. I think around here. We'll build like a bit of a plaza out here. Let's do that. Then we can just do an entire 2x3 square. Here is probably fine with a nice little 2x1. Cool, looking pretty good. 1x1s and 1x2s all the way throughout here, I would say. Let's do 2 of these. And then we can do a real simple design like this. And then here we can do something like that to lead as our opening. Cool, so we spent a bunch of money to quick build all of this, which is fine. Want to max out the budget there. We want to do kids restaurant, kids menu, so let's research this. We're also going to need electricity all the way out here, so let's pick up a new substation, which we can put... I'm thinking, what if we put it right here? I think that's a good spot for one. Electric substation. Casino will be up and running. Fair play. We can do double or nothing as well, so let's go ahead and start researching a casino, which we might not have access to. No, we do. Cool. Research that as well. Theme park exploit. For the apartments, we can max out the budget, I would say. We don't want to electrify them yet. Max out the budgets here. Hotel Camarote on all of those. Start getting people moved in rather quite quickly. Flower lay dispenser, of course. It's all looking good. Cool, cool, cool. We also want to do... You know, I think I'm going to keep it kind of simple and only push people towards one faction. And then later on we can use the Eiffel Tower. Oh, we already have it. We'll do the Eiffel Tower to push people towards, what if we make that here? I think that's kind of a good idea. Yeah, what if we do this here? Ooh. Okay, very quickly, I'm going to chop up the recording here, and I'm going to, get the entire grid done. It'll take 2 seconds. Alrighty, and just like that, we have the entire grid system set up, and right here, in this little spot, I want to put the Eiffel Tower. So I'm thinking, what if we do it something like that? I would like it to be like centered, but it's not going to work out. So we can do it like this, and then put some nice fancy parks right here in the center instead. We can do a 2x3. 2x3. No, 3x. We can do 2x3s. That's what it is. Okay. Let's do that. I like something kind of flat and out of the way. Let's do this one. And then we can do a bunch of 2x1s. Or even just 1x1s. Let's do something like this, I think. I think that looks pretty good and nice. We're going to have the Eiffel Tower, which means that we only need to set up a total of 4 TV stations, and we'll be able to influence everyone towards pretty much whatever we want without too much effort. We won't need to make sure that every part of the population is influenced by TV stations. We can just put them in a few select spots and we'll be fine. And then what is the... For up to 7 households, increases electricity consumption. Lower quality residential. Okay. And it looks like we're going to need to do a new dock right here. Cool. And let's start with all of the minerals. Let's get them mined out of the ground as quickly as possible. Just go around and quick build 2 on every deposit. Try and get them out of the ground quickly. It's fine, we'll come fix it here in a little bit. We can even do 4 on this one. We should just do 4. Ah, we can't there. Let's demolish all of you on up. Gotta be a bit conscious of... Oh, yeah, there we go. The way we're setting this all up. A mega mining complex. Cool. Could probably even fit 3 on some of these, but we'll settle for 4. I think that's plenty. Fortunately, that won't work. I think if we change the angle, we should be able to get that. Mine, yes. There we go. Should probably check them before I actually place the buildings. Okay, so that's all of these mineable resources out here. So once this is all constructed, we should be a-okay. Let's quick build you. Unemployed. We still have a lot of unemployed people. Let's make sure that's getting quick built. Cool, now people have access to that, and let's set up another grid system, which I think I'm going to also go ahead and cut this out of the video. Just because this part takes a long time, and it's not the most entertaining of things. Alrighty, so I'm thinking that this is looking pretty good. Also just realized something insane. Perhaps maybe like in a futuristic, not future, but futuristic, but in a future episode, you know what would be crazy is to get capsule home clusters and to place them like here, 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 and then to kind of break up the monotony with, not monotony, but just break it up a bit with, where are they? I think this would be really cool. Taverns. I have a crazy idea for something really, really neat. This could be absolutely insane. I have a really, really cool idea. So maybe I'll check this out on the next series that I do, but the idea is to make like a really, the idea is to create like a super, super dense population, like more dense than anything I've ever even gotten close to making. But you know, as a matter of fact, let's actually go and let's demolish up all of our artificial reefs. Let's demolish, demolish, let's demolish, 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 demolish. I wonder how much money they've made. 25,000, not a whole lot. I reckon they'll make a lot more money as little floating tourist attractions. Oh, snorkel bays can go around it. Okay, cool.
It is a great day for
Take the 5,000 ducats, sure. Snorkel bay and the floating restaurants is what we're gonna do. We also need to set down a substation. Can put one there. That's probably fine. And then we're also going to want to figure out a way to get a road to go up here. Thinking just like that is probably good enough. And for now, we're going to keep it real simple and just like kind of spider web a bunch of roads on up here. Don't really care too much about the layout as long as it's effective. As effective as is reasonable. Can we even fit a road down? Ooh, no, we cannot. So you're just going to be canceled. Down to here, up to there, over to here. Oh, no. Looks like we're missing out on 2 of the mines, but that's fine. Everything else is hopefully reachable. Looks like we're getting close. It's looking pretty good. Yes. Gonna quick build up all of this then. Ooh, someone doesn't like that. Build a new fire station. Sure thing, lady. Who else is upset? The religious faction. Produce chocolate.
Call
So,
me. Do any of these offers look good?
this is annoying. We have to get rid of these. We can either try and produce chocolate, or we can try and embezzle money, but because we have Lobbyistico turned on, that's not a great idea. We're producing sugar, so we just need to produce some chocolate, some cocoa. Let's change you over to... Can we change you to cocoa? Let's change you to cocoa. And then let's change like 2 more to cocoa. Hopefully that does well. And then let's set up a chocolate factory. Here, this will be one of their like main exports. I think that's fine. It's going to produce pollution, so I'd rather keep this a bit further away from most things. Maybe we can set it here. I think there makes more sense. Alright, and then a fire station, easy peasy. Probably gonna end up building one anyways, so we'll give it a bit of time. Max out the budgets on those. Check in on this. Nothing else too crazy we need to get. Cool. So now back up to here. Panic level's now yellow. I wonder if it shows our population. Decline. Gorillas, deaths. Disease reports. Waterborne spread primarily through water sources, water well, water tower. The ultimate outcome of the disease is death. Surprisingly, as infected can still be healthy until their end. Okay. Defeating the disease leads to an increase in immigration for 5 years. Cure recipe. Cure not published yet. Infection chance high. Self-immunization per month 0. Deaths chance per month 5. Population unknown. Uncovered infected. Immunized. Statistics. 2 billion people in 1929. Policies. Let's go to edicts and let's just straight turn off closing our borders.
Our immigration office policies, Presidente. It appears that no matter what we tell them, they still let some people into the country. Usually that's not the problem. But we're dealing with an infectious disease here, and every time someone arrives on Tropico, it's a roll of the dice as to whether they're infected or not. And I don't have to tell you how bad I am at rolling dice. I always get snake eyes, or goat eyes, or sometimes even llama eyes. I tell you, we need something stronger to keep our borders completely sealed when necessary, Presidente. A few well-placed bribes and a few threats here and there should do the trick. Boom! Our border officers will be strict and send anyone arriving back on the boat or plane they came in on. Naturally, if you really want, there could be exceptions. You are El Presidente, after all.
I don't think that's a good idea. Freedom to arrest anyone. Disease proclamation, increase or decrease. Not enough knowledge. Oh, we have to spend knowledge on that? Yeah, we do. Secret plan B. Barrel, every time a citizen influenced by propaganda from various... Panic level can increase or decrease slightly depending on the choice made. Potentially a good idea. Inject first, ask later. Cure embezzlement. Every time a dose is used up, another disappears. This strange, unknown, and seemingly magical phenomenon deposits 50 Swiss dollars into your Swiss bank account every time it occurs. That's pretty funny. Hear the call. Tri-monthly booster. Immunize Tropicans. Try to buy a new dose of the cure every 3 months and will pay extra money to do so. Ever cautious Tropicans, think ahead and realize that no medication keeps forever. Better to keep up with the mutations before they become a problem.
The
Interesting.
Presidente announces a new Snitch for Cash program. Report something suspicious today, and you could win fabulous cash prizes.
I think let's set up a new mask factory. Probably a good idea. Just because we don't know how bad this is going to get. So let's stay ahead of the curve. Can set one up here. I like this little spot. Actually, I don't. Actually, I do. What is this? Healthy drinking water purified. Not enough effective cure available. Interesting. So those water wells are infected. We have a bunch of infected water wells. A lot of the population might start dying. Worrying. Let's max this out. Sweet chocolate. We could have went with dark chocolate, but that seems fine. Increase job quality by 20. Requires additional electricity. That seems fine. Tourist ship. Our first tourist ship. Hey, look at that. Interesting, interesting. Max out budgets, proper protocol. Aluminum. Going to the coal when we can do coal preparation plants. Nickel. Froth, flotation cells. Decrease job positions. Iron. Roasting chambers. We could get power drills on all of these. 650 megawatts, which we don't really have. Let's max out this. Let's max out that. High pressure water jets, firefighting, helicopters. Let's go and pick those up. Max out this. Max out that. We want to switch these to all-purpose water. Max out this. And we want to make this island specifically for tourists only. We don't want people to travel for, you know, months to get here and then they show up, enjoy like a restaurant meal and then go all the way home. Bit over the top. Things looking pretty decent here.
Now,
We definitely want to produce as much chocolate as quickly as possible and hope that things aren't terrible soon. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check. What's this with? Eastern Bloc. Let's switch to the Western Powers and then let's send. That should be 335. That should be $700,000 that we'll make pretty quickly. More than usual. I wonder how well this is all working out for us. Looks like we need even another one here. Interesting. I wonder if this little side road here is helping out at all. Probably not. Panic level's
Hey
now
there,
red.
Press. Boy, do I feel good today.
Is there any open disease overlay? Oh wow, look at it go. Disease, disease. There's kind of nothing we can really do about it though. Not right now at least. We need to figure out how to make a cure. How do we make a cure? Select building where a cure should be produced. Chocolate factory? A cannery? Fish, oil, corn, rubber, leather. No, let's not do the chocolate. Let's do the cannery. Ingredient 1, I guess. Fish? We can do iron? And corn? Start testing the cure, I guess. Iron and corn. I hope it works. Close border, freedom to arrest anyone, inject first, ask later. Martial law. We just issue martial law for free. Freedom to arrest anyone. Okay, well I guess we just wait a bit of time. We're not going to be able to produce this chocolate in time, I don't think. We might just make the religious faction upset. We need the cocoa in, but we barely produced any. This is incredibly worrying. Hopefully our island doesn't buckle under this new pressure. I reckon it won't. I reckon it will not. Oh yeah, I forgot. Since we're in this new era, what else can we build around here? I think a movie theater would look really good. Like right here would actually look pretty cool, I think. And I want to start getting rid of a lot of our rum distilleries. I think they've sort of ran their course. We need to start... Oh wait, we're doing tourism. I forgot all about that. Well, we need to wait for the tourism industry to really start taking off, and then I'll start getting rid of all of our rum distilleries. We'll change this into, you know, a bunch of tall buildings and stuff. I think it'll look, you know, hopefully decent. Now we can do the Eastern Bloc, and we can do another 10,000 units of rum. Cool, that should be fine. Should make plenty of money off of that as well. How do semicircles work? I wonder how this will work.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico
I'm gonna
are
vote
most
freely.
wise not to engage.
I mean, it's definitely flowing quite a bit quicker. The question is it quicker than any other decision? Restaurant complete. Nice. We are not even 10% of the way there, and we're halfway through the time limit. We need to set up another...
doing business with you,
Heal 5 infected people is good. Let's set up, I suppose, a nice little... What's it called around here? A new, not hospital, but a new fire station. Oh, I built that in the wrong spot.
You're a friend of the...
Relocate you. 200 days. Or no, we have 400 days. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Hopefully we can, though. The restaurant's complete. This one in particular goes to kids menu. We can get freezer upgrades for all of them. Why not? And then we want to do... Let's do a classic park setup for this casino here. Cool. Classy classic. How many jobs do we have? Oh, we have a lot of vacant jobs now. Okay, let's just chill out on creating new jobs for a bit. We're not getting anyone to move in. That's the major thing. Yeah, like one person, one person, one person. All of our water wells are actually ruined as well. As soon as one person tries the cure, its healing effectiveness will be known. Cure doses, healthcare buildings. This recipe is already being tested. Change ingredients or building to test a new recipe. I wonder, so... Working, test results working, publish ingredient. A cure has been published by Tropico. Cure published. Cure comes to the rescue. The world breathes a little easier today as a silver sliver of hope arises in the pandemic. Thanks to the efforts of the small island nation of Tropico, there is now a verified cure for this disease. Nations around the world are expected to import the healing ingredient iron, which will drive prices up and make certain people very rich. Spokesperson Penultimo tells us about Tropico's efforts to combat the disease and their newest export offers at the same time. See page 10 for more. Cool. Hey man, we're just trying to sell some iron and corn. Do you want some? Purify water source. Purify water source. Purify water source. Purify water source. Purified water source. Purified water source. I hope this is helping in some way.
I need a drink.
The only downside to building so many of these little water wells around.
Hey, may I help you?
Hey. Purified water source. Purified water source.
Election is a landslide,
Everyone voted for me.
Presidente.
In terms of religion and
Kind
state, freedom of
of
religion's
kind
probably
of
fine.
accident.
I sometimes wonder, Presidente, what the world would be like without me. Static, still, unmoving, as if the wind were gone.
As if the wind were gone. This is what life would be like without me. Alright, bucko. Maybe we will produce enough chocolate. Interesting. Cure recipe. Iron. Iron was it. Infection chance high. Self-immunizations per month, 1%. So iron was the big thing. Ooh. Produced almost 1,000 cures. Infected deaths total? No way that 400 people have died. Holy cow.
Flying cars have arrived in Tropico. Current flight times are less than a second, but our scientists are working hard on improving that.
Okay. And I think we're going to go ahead and end today's episode here. We didn't make too much progress. We sort of did like a bunch of laying out of different stuff that I do want to do. And I think we have most of the resources gathered. I want to completely gather all the resources off of this entire island as soon as possible. We're going to push up production as high as we can, get all of this dealt with. And then once these deposits are gone, of course, we can just, you know, expand this to be a super massive skyscraper city. It will be pretty interesting, I think, to see, especially with the way that the mountains, not mountains, but the cliffs kind of go up and up and up. And then once we build up a bunch of capsule home clusters, let's actually build our first one, at least get this out of the way. And I think we might just start here. What if we did it here? Let's press play and let's get one capsule home cluster done. All the way up as tall as it'll go. And that's it. So I reckon that we can reach for the sky. Yep, push it up to 8, and I think that'll be pretty insane to see. Built-in elevators, cool. So exact same upgrades. We could refit this one for a capsule hotel. Of course, let's max out the budget. 55 housing quality, not bad, not terrible. Temporary. Okay, so this increases service quality and electrical consumption. One person, one pod. Sharing is caring. To save even more space, 2 people now have to double up in one pod to get to know each other very well. Amount of available households doubles. Housing quality is reduced. Tenants must be poor or better. Okay, so currently, yeah, it's already poor. Interesting. And then going here, why sleep in a box on the street when you can have the next best thing, a box in a building of other boxes? Increases upkeep. Broke people can afford to live in this building. Crime safety decreases with every additional layer in the stack. Tenants must be broke or better. Cluster duck. Cluster duck. So sharing is caring is pretty much the only one that's like actually important because it doubles up the amount of housing. Look how much housing we have here. Jesus. Jesus. Housing quality is only down to 47. There's no more upgrades that can really, yeah, temporary moving, okay. And then housing quality, tenants must be poor. Get to know each other very well. Wow, that's insane. Look how many people. 64 households. Jeez, man. No. 64 people in total can live here. Only 90 megawatts. This is an insane building, man. We should probably try and do things that are going to... Yeah, we're going to want to do like cat and tree. We're also going to want to do fast food joints on the... What's it called? Delivery service one. Probably at least, right? I would assume so. Let's go and do one here. At least for now. Oh, do we have to research this building? Yeah. Free delivery. Cool, yeah. And so we can move this actually more to like maybe here. See if that works. How are we doing in terms of research? We can research the fast food joint. I want to research fire station next. Free delivery. Okay, that'll reach everywhere around here. Cool. Oil cleaning system. Cool. We'll pick that up. Things are looking good. All-purpose water's already working. This guy's sick. Interesting. So it does show who's sick and who's not. Cool. Lots of people here. And then, yeah, we just want to make sure to, like, I want to stack as many of these, 8 stories tall. Oh my good lord, man. So each stack goes up. How much does it bring it up by? 5 more rooms and increases electricity consumption. So that's 10 people moving in, right? Yeah, because this is 4. And they don't have children. So yeah, 4. So 64. So each stack adds 10 more, so up to 84 households, or 84 residents. Holy cow, man, 84. That's insane. Housing quality is really quite low. Which is kind of why I'm thinking that increases electricity consumption. I'm kind of thinking that this building would probably be most efficient or effective in like a poor society. Just because, you know, we can't increase the housing quality too much. It's really, really super ultra dense. And then, what's it called? The wealth required is poor. We can't get that to go up. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Tenants must be poor or better. Oh yeah, 32 times 2, 64. That's so crazy, man. That's so many people living here. I don't even think that a modern apartment gets close. 16 households. So that's 32. 32 is literally half as much as this. That's so nuts. I can't get over it. What else are we going to have access to pretty soon? What's this one? The Golden Pearl. Emits a high amount of pollution. Special action. Stop attacking enemies to make them retreat. Okay. And make them retreat. Interesting. But yeah, we're going to want to make this, you know, a super dense area. Maybe we'll... I'm just not sure. Maybe there's so much to think about. I really like this building, but I just don't think that it really matches too much with... Well, no, we can keep it around, I would say. Keep it around, and we'll mix it in amongst all the other tall buildings. That's what we'll do. So we'll make this entire island here for tall buildings. I think we'll put El Presidente like kind of peeking out over the top right here. That'll be a pretty cool site, I think. Just make all of this super duper ultra rich and tall and very, very cool looking. Over here is going to be the touristy island. Out here is just going to be like resource gathering and stuff. Maybe like make this a little industry island, which is what we did originally on the first video I ever made. This will be like the financial one, lots of banks and more offices than anything. And then this one will be kind of just like kind of how it is now. I don't want to make it too tall. We'll kind of leave it. And then everything else potentially like one of these islands. I know there's uranium here. Yeah, uranium's here, uranium's there. So mines, of course, a bunch of gold mines. Maybe we can do another like small amount, a small island kind of like this one. And that'll pretty much wrap up the entire thing. So a lot of people are dying, which is actually really, 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 really concerning. I'm like fairly concerned. We'll have to deal with that right away. And yeah, I wonder what population growth, decline. Holy cow. 4,500. Eesh. 400 vacant jobs. That's really worrying. I hope that we're not... Maybe that's kind of like the downside of doing so many water sources. I wish we could like mass purify all of these at once. I wonder how many cures we have as well. Is there a way for us to see? Infected deaths total? 1,200? No way that 1,000 of our people have died. Oh. 499. Okay. 43 people a month. 60 new people were infected last month. And we have 1,600... What's it called? We need to do something about our edicts. What do we have? Inject first has the mobile doctor squad will, in addition to testing them, immunize agents inside a visited building, regardless of whether they need medical care or not, as long as there's enough cure doses on Tropico.
Presidente, I fear our workers in the disease center are, let's say, a little lazy. I feel they could be doing so much more for us. For the same pay, of course. Here's what I thought. While they're going from building to building testing people to find out who is ill, why can't they cure them at the same time? I mean, the moment they find someone infected, then boom, swish, click, poke, push, ouch, pull, slap, lollipop. Or am I wrong? We just give them a batch of the cure and they can inject anyone they find to be infected. Oh, right. I think people might go a bit ballistic if we just force inject them with our cure. Oh well, can't bake a pie without pissing off a bunch of eggs.
Okay, I think we're gonna do this. Alternative medicines. When citizens buy milk or juice, they pay an extra $250 but falsely believe they have done something beneficial for their health. In turn, they skip their next doctor's appointment. Geez. Appointment if this edict is still enacted, negatively impacting health slightly. Okay. Cure embezzlement. No. Viral virus campaign. Every time a citizen is influenced from propaganda, their panic level can increase or decrease slightly. Secret plan B. Now that I'm like kind of getting more involved into all of this, it's like I'm just kind of thinking about it all a bit more. But let's see. I think everything else is fine though. Alright. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire rundown of kind of like the middle of our series so far. Because it won't be long before we're into the modern times era and we really start, you know, getting things pushed up to the next level. Do we have 10,000 rum? Not yet. And yeah, we're just going to do a lot of reorganizing, a lot of getting things into a tip-top final shape. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. Let's purify all of our water supplies while we're here, though. I wish there was a mass purify button. The water that's supposed to make you healthier is actually making you sick and probably killing you. Potentially killing you. Send a helicopter to that. Get everything kind of tidied up right before we end this episode. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with the rest of the Tropico 6 playthrough, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.